We're so excited to showcase what we've been working on. Our first meet, you could really feel the fans into it. To have that fan support right off the bat is amazing. We could really feel it down there while we were competing, and hopefully we can continue to build that.
Our first meet in Littlejohn was insane. The crowd, the 8,000 people that came out, I just cannot believe that many people came, and we appreciate everyone's support so much.
Being a part of the first ever gymnastics at Clemson means the whole world team, and being a part of this team is something that I've dreamed of. The level of support and just how special the people here in the athletic department of Clemson in general, it's like nowhere I've ever been, and I'm just so grateful to be here and be given the opportunity.
Nearly 2 months removed from that unforgettable night, and well, Toy, you were on the call. What was the atmosphere like?
The atmosphere was absolutely palpable in here. The Clemson family and fans really came and showed out. They were super excited for the first meet of the year, and the gymnasts really felt that.
You can see the stat, 196.325. Let's go ahead and go back in time. June 2021, the announcement, and then you get Coach Smith, a huge grab from Utah State. And here we sit. Coach Smith could not believe that we were already in the final home meet of the season.
After a year off, these girls came back like they never missed a beat.
Well, we've got rotation 2 coming up next here on the ACC Network Extra. Stick with us for more palpable action. At Littlejohn Coliseum, as you see Rebecca Wells get set. She had the top score you can reach with the Yurchenko full with a 9.9 as Clemson puts together a respectable 49.175. What was your routine that was your bread and butter? Were you a vault girl?
I was a vault girl. I was a vault and floor girl, and I competed a Yurchenko full on vault. Never had a 10. But back then,
you could.
the Yurchenko full did start at a 10. So that was a recent change within the past couple of years.
Meanwhile, we throw things over to the vault, where junior Ayla McKean, she has not competed in the vault this season. Second team all-conference a year ago in the bars. So we'll see how that can translate over to vault here, competing all around for the first time this year.
Yurchenko full, a little bit pikey on that landing, does take a fairly large hop back. So that'll be a couple 10 deduction there. Let's take another look here. Judges are looking for good entry onto the table, height off the table, and good distance, which she did all of those things, just took that fairly large hop back.
And now over to Rebecca Wells. She was a preseason All-ACC honoree and has certainly shined in this moment, coming off of a 9.875 last weekend.
She is a stud on this event, never misses a beat. You can see there, nice connection, major release into an overshoot to the low bar. Nice handstand right on top of the bar, gearing up for her dismount. With accelerated giants, it's a full twisting double back. Does look like she peeled off the bar a little bit early. Landed with her chest down, did have to take a hop forward. Let's take another look at her huge reverse hack, also known as a Takachev, into a immediate overshoot. And then again at her dismount, like I mentioned, looked like she released just a little bit early, didn't get her toes all the way up before she completely released. Took a hop forward.
5-time all-around champ this season. In fact, the only Tiger to win the all-around event. As Wells comes off of that career high on bars down in Denton, Texas. And we get ready for Gabriella Hartley, the sophomore from Florida. Had a tough outing in Denver on Sunday, a 9.60 on vault, and she'll look to resurrect things here down back a little bit closer to home. Meanwhile, you see the vault score come in, and McKean with a 9.625 that Air Force will look to bump.
off of the table, didn't get a lot of pop. That's because her shoulders were closed on the table. We'll take another look here. Round off back handspring. You can see her shoulders were a little closed on the table, arms were bent, so she did not get that amplitude she needed off the table.
Over to Eve Jackson, Utah State transfer with a 9-9-0 a couple weeks ago here at home against UNC. Wells 9-7-7-5 has come in.
So far, so good from Clemson. Major release into a high to low bar overshoot. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Only thing left here is the dismount. Looking for a stuck landing, full twisting double back, and she made sure she got that stuck landing. Fidgeted a little bit with her feet. Be interested to see how much the judges take off for that. Huge major release. That was a Jaeger into an immediate overshoot. Good connection there. And then again, full twisting double back. And she was sure that she was going to get that stuck landing.
Oh, and the ambush student section begging for a 10 after a tremendous stick by Jackson. Of course, everyone begs for a 10 on every rotation, but for those that haven't tuned in, Clemson still seeking that first perfect 10 here in their inaugural season as Jennifer Green, their third season at the helm, spent 6 years as the head coach of Iowa before going back to where she was raised in Colorado Springs, the daughter of a lifelong Army dad. Talk about someone who brings energy to a conversation, Toy. She was fun to talk to.
She was a hoot. We had a great time chatting with her before the meet. Gave us a lot of really good info about her athletes.
So she told us Clara Wallace was going to lead off every single rotation. Instead, she will go third here, the freshman from Missouri.
And she looks cool like a cucumber. Ice water running through her veins. She is such a calm gymnast. Yurchenko layout full. A little bit pikey throughout the air on that layout. Does take a hop, and then it looks like an additional step out of that. Let's take another look here. Rounded back handspring onto the table. Good exit off of the table. But does pike down just a little bit, which is why she had to take that hop back.
And so we get to see Lily Lippett for the first time, the redshirt freshman from Ohio, who is trying to replace a 9-9-0 that she started the season with, as you see the career high of Eve Jackson's 9-9-0 come in.
Love watching Lippett on bars. She has such pretty lines. So you can see here, she finishes that handstand right on top of the bar. Giant full into a double tuck dismount. Sticks that landing. It makes it look so easy. The crowd goes wild. Will it be a 10, Daniel?
Lippett brings the energy, doesn't she? A preseason All-ACC freshman team member.
Excellent handstand there. I mean, she was right on top of the bar. And the student section behind us is begging for a 10. Be interested to see what that score will be.
I mean, this is their last chance. They have sold out Little John in now 4 straight meets. As the vault score comes in for Clara Wallace at a 9.65. Reminder, Air Force, maybe in a different tier of Clemson, seeking different situations as Gabrielle Mecha, the junior from California, runs.
Yurchenko layout full. Doesn't completely finish that twist or the flip. She landed with her chest down, had to take that step forward. If you have to take a step, you want it to be backwards, showing that you have a little bit of control.
Mecha wants to be a fighter pilot, alongside her teammate in Slife as the senior honored. Here's her lone run, Caitlin de Guzman, the transfer from Kentucky.
Mounting from in between the bars.
Lippitt's score comes in 9-8-5-0.
Beautiful connection there. That was a straddle Jaeger to an immediate overshoot down to the low bar. Just looking for a solid stick. Double layout. Oh my goodness. Sticks that landing beautifully done. Super hard skill to stick.
And what a way to cap off an incredible season. The last commit to Team 1 here on senior night.
Really good bar performance from Guzman. Double layup there. Sticks that no problem. Love that she stuck with her ankles together. That is so hard to do.
Now her career high is 9.925 back in Kentucky. Might she be able to match that? 9.90 is her season high as we take a look at Mecha with a 9.60 is Air Force struggling a bit on vault here. Let's see. Sarah Willis, she goes by Gracie, another Midwest kid out to Air Force.
Yurchenko layout full. Another one. Looked like she was a little bit far back on the vault table. We'll take another look here. Judges are looking for these girls that have a perfect placement right in the middle of the vault. And you can see there she was a little bit further back on the table. Didn't get that amplitude or that pop that she needed, which is why she landed with her chest down there.
And so we are excited to announce that Lauren Rutherford has been cleared to return to the meet after a warm-up injury, and so the junior, who has been battling a bit of illnesses over the past few weeks, will compete here on bars.
Nice handstand there, right on top of the bar. Good major release. That's a reverse hack. Another good handstand. She moves down to the low bar. So far, so good. No major deductions here. Looking for a stick on the dismount. Double layout. Doesn't quite get that stick. Does take a hop back, but nicely done. Really pretty bar performance.
The NC State transfer. I'm sure she's just happy to be competing after a scare earlier.
Double layup there. A little bit of a leg separation in between those two flips, but finishes strongly.
So rounding things out for Air Force as we see the update from Sarah Willis, and it is an event high for Air Force, a 9.775. But this is the show right here. Maggie Slife had a 9.85 last weekend on vault.
Yurchenko, 1.5. Wow, love that she finished with her chest completely straight up and down on a blind landing nonetheless. Very hard to do because you can't see the floor when you're landing. So that'll be a 10-0 start. Let's take another look here. Good round off. Back handspring onto the table, then again another layout. 1.5. Nicely done.
So sixth and final for Clemson. Now their low score is a 9.775. Still waiting on Rutherford's as Trinity Webb, the freshman from Missouri, has a career high of 9.825. Let's see if she can top that.
Coach Smith said that Webb is just a pleasure to coach. She is a fun athlete to coach.
Oh, here's the score for Rutherford. It's a 9.825, so a little higher than Wells. 9.775, the number to beat here.
Beautiful double layout dismount. One thing I noticed in particular is that her ankles were absolutely glued together in that double flip. Take another look at her major release. That's a stripage. And to an immediate pack salto. Excellent combo there. And then that double layout, nice body shape, ankles 100% together, and she just eases right into that stuck landing.
Air Force without anyone left to exhibition as we get the vault update on Slife, and it's a 9.850. So the Academy with a 97.525. Meanwhile, Clemson with a couple freshmen to follow. Dakota Berry on exhibition, and the redshirt sophomore Trinity Brown as well. We'll go give it a run on bars here. But those scores are locked in through 2 rotations. Clemson with a comfortable lead.
I want to reiterate how important exhibitions are for these athletes. You never know when you might be tossed into the lineup, so you always have to stay prepared.
Here's Trinity Brown, another Utah State transfer. A couple weeks ago at home, and 9.85 here on bars. Meanwhile, how about Trinity Webb? The freshman is able to reach a new career high. And a full point lead, not something you see often at this level.
Nice performance. Let's take another look at her dismount here. Double layout. Minor leg separation there, but shows a lot of control even with that step back.
So that'll be it. The only exhibition for Clemson. We're told there might be one more on bars. California. A chance here on the final home meet. She has not competed officially this season, but an opportunity for the youngster.
Always good experience, good exposure for these girls. Especially the last home meet gives her a chance to feel extra comfortable. Mounting from in between the bars. Good handstand there. Major release is a chapash to immediate pack salto. Love the difficulty these girls are showing here on bars. Gearing up for the dismount. Double layout. A little bit squirrely on that landing. Looks like one foot was actually behind the other, but she finishes just fine. Nice chapash major release into an immediate pack salto. Good bonus points there. And then again, her dismount, double layout. A little bit squirrely on that landing, but I am sure she is happy with that performance.
And so we are through 2 rotations. Clemson has a lead of over 1 full point, which is certainly a comfortable one as the Tigers seek that score of 197. We will come back and get ready for some of the most exciting action you will see. Floor coming up for Air Force, balance beam for Clemson next.